Hey, thanks for suffering through this episode of Car Talk. And you probably know my brother and I have always been the poster children for male answer syndrome. That is, giving an answer and making it sound absolutely definitive, whether you know what we're talking about or not. Mostly not, of course. But NPR also has a podcast where two very funny guys from the Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me staff try to get real answers about stuff. It's Mike and Ian on how to do everything. It's worth a listen. Check out How to Do Everything now at npr.org/podcast and on the podcasting this week from the Department of Higher Education here at Car Talk Plaza.
Well, specifically higher education at one of the great institutes of technology. Which one is that? The Massachusetts Institute of Technology. You know how you have to fill out a course evaluation thing? They ask you for the...
They never asked me my opinion.
They never asked me either. This must be a new thing.
No.
Because no one...
I don't think it's new.
No,
I think they...
they didn't want to know?
There were some from whom they wanted no opinions.
They didn't want my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, they asked the opinion of some people now, and here are some of the choice comments that people made about classes at MIT specifically. And you may recognize this from whatever school you go to. Here's one. Have you ever fallen asleep in class and awoke in another class? That's the way I felt all term. I'll just give you a few of these. Here's one. I would sit in class and stare out the window at the squirrels. They got a cool nest in that tree out there. The TA, the teaching assistant,
yes,
we call them TAs. The TA improved steadily throughout the course. I think he started drinking and it really loosened him up. The quality of the text? I think the text was written on very high quality paper. And my favorite, this course was very thorough. What wasn't covered in class was covered on the final exam. And now that's a classic.
Well, you know, I do remember taking a few final exams where I actually had to get out of my seat.
And check to see if you were in the right room.
And check the room number.
Exactly.
I mean, well, I was at a disadvantage for most of them. I didn't recognize anyone in the final exam because I seldom went to class.
That's right.
And you count on one hand how many final exams you went to and you said, geez, that was pretty easy.
On one hand? I can count on one finger. Yeah. You know, that was true of all the math courses, but none other.
And some of the courses which you thought were going to be easy.
Oh, you wondered if you were in the right room.
Were brutal. Like music.
Well, you know what? I took one semester of French, and I got a D. And I never made a mistake on any exam that didn't have to do with the placement
of the
or
accent.
Non-placement of an accent mark.
Yeah.
I never got anything wrong. Every grammatical thing, 100%
yeah,
right.
Because French is one of those languages where...
And Professor Bottiglia, I'll never forget that
If you move an
bum.
accent, you change the meaning from, like, heaven to goat. You know, and... you know,
I suppose it was important, but I remember saying to Professor Bottiglia, but you mean to tell me that I'm practically flunking this course only on the basis of accent marks? Because don't forget, I said, if I was speaking to someone, rather than writing it down, you wouldn't know if I were putting the accent marks in the wrong place.
He said, you're a moron, get out of my... Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've been able to put that behind you. What was that, like 45 years ago?
50.
Well, look, if you'd like to send us a nasty evaluation, get in line. But if you have a question about your car, we'll happily take your call. The number is 888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Jamie from Alpine, California.
Jamie.
Where's Alpine?
Alpine is in San Diego, East County. I'm about 40 miles east of San Diego, up in the hills here.
Up in the hills. Well, that's an appropriate name for someplace up in the hills.
Alpine.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Jamie?
I got myself a Nissan Pathfinder. Let me give you a little backup on this. This thing has got about 224,000 miles on it. When I drive this thing for, a couple of hours on the freeway, I've been driving it like 70 miles an hour or maybe a little above. Not that I would do that because that's illegal and all of that. But
Right.
But if I've been driving it like that for a while and I start to get off the freeway and I'm sitting there at the exit ramp, I hear this really weird sound coming underneath the hood. It's kind of this clacking, sort of a sound, right? Okay?
Uh-huh.
But after a while, after I've been driving on Surface Street, it stops. Now, I also get this sound sometimes in the morning when I first start it up for like the first 5 minutes until the engine warms up.
Got it.
Got it?
You like that idea, huh? You're going to stick with that?
You know what I'm sticking with?
I think I know.
Well, wait, my brother's going to write down on a slip of paper what he thinks his idea is.
Well, I don't
see
like
if
it.
it agrees with mine. Well, we'll see. What's your idea is?
Okay.
What's yours say?
No, what did you?
I'm not telling. What's yours say?
You have to tell.
I asked you
first.
first.
You didn't write yours down. How am I going to know if you're telling
Mine's
the truth?
written right there.
What does it say?
It says pick up a loaf of bread on the
It
way
says
home.
starvation. Oil starvation.
Yes.
Oil starvation.
What did you write
Yeah,
down?
well, I didn't like this.
What-
I like oil starvation.
He wrote down
better.
dome lights. It's your dome light, Jamie.
I wrote down sticky valve.
Well, you were close.
I don't like sticky valve.
No, you like oil starvation, huh?
I don't like oil starvation.
Here's
either.
what I think is happening.
Go ahead.
It's just a wild guess, and I could be wrong. Well, let's say that again. It's just a wild guess, and I'm probably wrong.
Okay, go ahead, man.
I think
Oil starvation.
Yeah, I mean, the reason it happens
I know.
is that you have either a weak oil pump
Yeah.
or a plugged up oil screen. Considering it has 224,000 miles, either one is a very good possibility.
Oh, and I pretty much refuse to service this vehicle.
Yeah, we know that. And,
Yeah.
and that includes changing the oil.
And it could also be that the oil ain't getting back.
Well, it could be that. So here's what happens, I think. You drive the thing along and you're sucking oil out of the pan, which in a sufficient amount when you're going at low speed. But when you take the thing up to 70 miles an hour, you can't suck oil out of the pan fast enough because the screen is plugged up or the pump is weak. And you don't actually hear the noise until you slow down because of all the other noises that this jalopy's making. When you finally slow down to like warp 1, you begin to hear the valves making noise because not enough oil is getting to them and they're getting filled with air. Now, the remedy for this, you want a remedy?
Sure.
Change the oil.
Simple.
Yeah, you haven't done that yet, have you?
Not for a year or so.
See?
See, that's good.
Yeah, I think you need an oil change.
A couple of them.
Maybe do one Saturday and then do one Sunday.
I love this idea. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget the disclaimer. It's just a wild guess.
Yeah.
And I'm probably wrong.
So if the car blows up, I can call you again.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
You could be on Stump the Chumps. See you, Jamie.
Thanks, guys.
All right, bye-bye. 1-888.
That's good. I like that. That was good.
Yeah, I mean, your thought that maybe the oil isn't draining back into the crankcase is another possibility.
And if you haven't changed the oil for a long time, but although this has not happened on the Colt Vista, if you haven't changed the oil for a long time, ugly stuff happens and plugs up all those
ugly
downspouts.
stuff's happening to the Vista, all right. Not to mention the fenders which are falling off, but that's another story altogether. 1-888-CAR-TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Karen from San Francisco.
Hi, Karen. What's going on?
Hey, you know what? I'm originally from Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Are you really?
Yeah, Kenosha, Wisconsin is the home of Snap-on Tools.
That's right. And you know what else?
Yeah.
American Motors.
American Motors, AMC.
Which made it just impossible for me to resist recently purchasing a 1960 Rambler American.
No kidding.
Was it a convertible?
I had the very car.
You did?
Was it white?
No, this is Aqua Mist Metallic.
Oh, but it's a hard top.
Yes, it's a hard top.
I had a 1960 Rambler convertible.
Ah.
Yeah,
I
Rambler
bought- I get this.
an American convertible.
Rambler American, which I bought brand new.
Oh.
And he hasn't stopped complaining about it. Oh, my God, the car cost me $1,900.
That's exactly what it costs. $1,900. What did you pay for yours?
I paid $2,500.
See that? It appreciated.
Yes,
Wow.
it did. Runs like a little top, 71,000 original miles.
Really?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Seat belts were an option back then.
I didn't have them.
Yeah, no seat belts. And I'm a pretty safety
They
conscious.
wouldn't sell them to me. They said that it would be a waste.
And so I talked to my mechanic about putting some in, and he's a person who works on classic cars, so he talked to me about being a purist. And how we probably shouldn't get shoulder belts, that we should only get lap belts because that's the only thing that was available then. So I thought about that for a while, and I talked to my neighbor about it, and he's a nice level-headed guy, and he listened to me, and he said to me, Karen, I think I'd rather be alive than pure.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3-point belt is one of the greatest inventions of all time. And if you're going to put belts in, why waste time putting in the lap belt? Because you'll have the lap belt and your stomach will avoid injury and your head will be gone. Because it will have bounced off the steering wheel a couple of times.
And gone through the windshield, maybe.
Yeah.
Or bounced off that metal dashboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So absolutely forget about the purist crap and go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you have to. And my guess is he doesn't really want to do it.
Ah.
Well, it's a lot harder.
Uh-huh.
No,
But if this is what he does for a living, then he's got to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would tell him you've thought about it at great length and you've concluded that he's nuts.
Okay. I'll tell him.
And thanks very much for your advice.
Yeah, and you should ask him, to tell you honestly if he doesn't really want to do it.
Okay.
Because we make up all kinds of excuses when we don't want to do something. But if you really want them, and you should have them.
Okay.
This is a dangerous little car.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, don't forget, it does have a metal dashboard. It doesn't have any of the things that modern cars have, like, 21st century suspension, radial tires, disc brakes. So there are a lot of reasons that you're in harm's way when you get behind the wheel of this thing.
Uh-huh.
And you want to minimize your risk by having, in fact, if he can put 2 seatbelts in for every seat, you should put
Because don't forget, you're not going to have any airbags because he's not going to be able to add those.
Right.
So I would definitely go for the whole deal.
the whole
Whole
enchilada.
deal.
The whole
Okay.
9 yards.
Yeah.
Front and back.
Okay.
And carry a beach ball when you drive.
Okay.
You never know. It could come in handy. Say it, Karen.
And wear a football helmet.
Right, that too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hey, this is Ron from Boniface, Florida.
Hi, Ron.
Yep.
Where's Boniface?
In the Panhandle.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that way.
So what's up?
Okay, I've got an '85 Volkswagen Vanigan.
Uh-huh.
It started running rough on a rainy day, like it was on stop and go in the city, like it was gonna chug out.
Uh-huh.
And then I got it finally on the highway, and it feels like I thought maybe I had something clogged in there, and it burned it out. But I was hearing a buzzing noise coming from underneath the frame, and I got out later, and it was the fuel pump, I think, making the noise.
Sure.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay because it was running fine, and then of course on another rainy day it did it again. Only I couldn't get it restarted. So I towed it to a friend's house and ordered me another fuel pump eventually, and put it in, and finally got the thing going again. And
Okay.
it ran fine, and then it started doing it again, and now.
Wait, it ran fine even on rainy days?
Well, no, it started doing it again the next time it rained 2 weeks later.
There you go.
I thought it was running fine,
because the
but
fuel
it hadn't
pump
rained.
wasn't going to solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so, but
And you notice we didn't let you get away with that.
Well, hold it. It gets better.
Okay, good.
So I'm listening to your show,
Yeah.
and I hear somebody else that has like the same problem, and you said it was a vacuum leak, and you said, okay, they go to the garage and they have this little propane thing,
Yeah.
and they squirt it around and they find it. So I was thinking, okay, I can do that.
You don't have a vacuum leak, though.
Well, I wish I knew that before I took the camping propane bottle and the screwdriver to
and burned up all them wires.
So I'm standing there with the screwdriver in the propane bottle, and then I'm squirting it. It's going like a spray bottle,
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, woof!
you got a little flame.
No, not a little flame. No.
Big flame.
Yeah, just a big ball of orange fire.
Well, we didn't want you to spray the
not your
stuff
fault.
straight from the bottle. Do you see
I
this?
barely had time to blink.
Do you have any eyebrows left?
Well, they're growing back.
This isn't funny. This is serious business.
You have to laugh, otherwise
Don't-
you'll sue us.
Oh, I was blinking. I mean, when it was over,
Don't you hear the disclaimer at the beginning of the show that says, don't try any of these things at home?
Yeah. When I was done, I was just standing there, and I wasn't sure I was still all there, and I was looking around, and the propane bottle was about 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Isn't it
And you
amazing
say, how did it get over there?
how fast fire can move?
Oh, man.
Well, that's nothing compared to the crick in my neck I felt the next day.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. That does happen too.
So did you find to find a vacuum leak or not.
I gave up after that one. I said, let it be, you know.
Well, I suspect, considering that you had a conflagration at the back of the vehicle there, that you have a bad spark plug wire.
Which is what you had wrong all the time.
Oh, man.
And that's why it runs bad when it rains.
So I could have just changed the spark plug wire.
You could have just changed the spark plug wires because what happened
and
is
kept the hair on my face.
you could still have eyebrows. You could still have eyebrows and whatever little mustache you had before.
Yeah, I suspect you have either a cracked distributor cap or a bad spark plug wire.
Oh, well, that's a lot easier.
But I would start with those. And if it's giving you a problem on rainy days, that's more likely the problem than anything else, especially it ain't the fuel pump. We know that much now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And watch out with that propane.
Well, that's a one-time deal. I'm not that dumb.
Yeah, I'm glad you survived, Ron.
Well, my brother burned off 6 sets of eyebrows before he figured it out.
As a matter of fact, the first time it happened was on a Dodge Dart. I remember it to this day.
Revving up the gas and
Revving
you
it
head
up.
over the
Oh, I know. I had
carburetor.
the valve cover off. I was adjusting the valves,
And
I cranked it. What a mistake that was.
And that ball of flame
Oh, man.
shot out. My brother went flying across the garage.
Was his hair on fire?
With his hair on fire, we immediately started to figure out how we could divvy up his tools. See you, Ron.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for calling, Ron.
You're welcome. Bye.
Now, before we give the answer to last week's puzzle, we have to take a short break so we can go to the little mechanic's room.
We'll be right back. The little say it. This is NPR.
Hi, we're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert Brothers, and we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the answer to last week's puzzler, if I can possibly get there.
That was a very long, convoluted,
Is that all you have to say about it? Long,
obfuscated,
folkloric,
interesting,
historic
puzzler.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as could be. This would have had a good. No, it's not.
No.
I was engaged in the noble profession of pedagogy in the frozen state of Vermont. I was teaching science to 7th and 8th graders. And anyway, there I was one Saturday morning sitting in front of my TV watching some educational program. I think it was Mighty Mouse. And the phone rang, and I knew who it was. It was one of my fellow teachers who happened to live across the street. And he was calling to ask me to help him move a cast iron stove into his house. Jeez.
I'm remembering this.
He explained to me that he didn't have the stove. He was going to pick it up at the factory, and he'd be back in a few hours, and then would I help him? And I said, what about that no-good brother-in-law of yours? And he said, no, he wasn't due back in town until late that night, and I guess I was it. So I said, oh, go get the stove and call me when you get back. So I got dressed and immediately started engaging in every manner of household activity in the hope that I'd hurt myself.
I'll burn your house down.
I tried everything, like rewiring the house, doing chimney repairs, polishing the gutters. Nothing worked. But as I waited for the dreaded call, a wonderful thing began to happen. The snow that was falling changed to freezing rain, and I said to myself, this could be good. Right now, they're loading the stove into his VW microbus at the factory. But he's never going to get up his steep driveway when he returns, and I'll be off the hook. And maybe by tomorrow, when the ice melts, that no-good brother-in-law will be back, and he won't have to call me. Sure enough, there I am, hiding behind the drapes as he pulls up, and he's slipping and sliding even with the extra weight of the cast-iron stove in the back. He gets out and throws some sand under the wheels, but of course, what? That doesn't help. He gets out of the van again, slams the door, opens the engine compartment. Remember those buses had a little door in the back?
I remember it well.
He opens the engine compartment, and he does something that takes like a second or two. Closes the engine compartment door, and the next thing I know, he's climbed the driveway, and he's on the phone saying, hey, babe, come on over and help. The question is, what did he do that literally took a second that enabled him to get up the icy driveway? Now, here's the answer. Believe it or not, his Volkswagen bus
believe it or not,
was
right.
transmitting too much torque. It's hard to believe, to the wheels to enable him to negotiate this steep, icy grade.
It's like if you're trying to walk on ice.
You can't run.
You can't. I mean, if you tried to run on the ice, you'd be on your butt in 2 seconds. Whereas if you walk very, very slowly.
But he couldn't transmit a small enough amount of power to the wheels to stop from losing his grip. To walk.
That's right.
So what he did is he opened the back and he pulled the coil wire off so the engine wouldn't start. He got back in, and with the thing in first gear, he turned the key. And all that worked now was the electric motor that would ordinarily start the engine, but he was using the electric motor to take him up the driveway in first gear, albeit slowly, but not slowly enough. And he crept up the driveway with just enough torque to get him up without slipping, and there he was at the top.
The equivalent of walking gingerly on the ice so you don't fall on your butt, as opposed to trying to run on the ice where you would fall.
Now, alternatively, he could have pulled a spark plug wire or 2 or 3 and made the engine run, for example, on 2 cylinders. But
maybe he knew that it was already running on 2 cylinders.
That's exactly why.
He said, well, I guess 2's too many.
Anyway.
How about none?
Now that that's over with, who's our winner this week?
The winner
Tommy.
this week is Barry Fisher and his students at Eisenhower Middle School in Rockford, Illinois. No kidding. Barry Fisher and in his entire class, Barry probably figured that by putting "and students" in parentheses in his email, we would feel obligated to send him like 25 Car Talk prizes.
Of course.
Well, dream on, Barry. We are sending you 25 $1 gift certificates instead of the usual $25 gift certificate. Good luck.
Well, you can pull them together and, make 125, or each of the kids can go on visit the Shameless Commerce Division and buy something of their choosing.
Exactly.
And spend,
for $1.
And spend some of their parents' money at the same time.
What can
anyway,
you get for $1? Nada.
Not on our, not with us. Anyway, we'll have a new puzzler coming up in the third half of today's show. In the meantime, we'll take your calls at 1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
This is Lucia from Portage Lake, Maine.
Portage Lake.
Yeah.
Wow, is that like way up in the boondocks?
Yeah, you had a caller on that was from Wayne.
Yes, we did. I remember that call.
Oh, Wayne, Maine.
Yeah.
From Wayne, Maine, and you're right near Wayne?
No, we're about 5 hours north of that.
Woof!
We're up there.
You're like in the Arctic Circle someplace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Were you born there, Lucia?
No. It's
No. Then for what possible reason could you be there?
There are only polar bears in Portage Lake, Maine, I think.
What took you there?
I used to live where you do, in the Boston area, and after several years, got kind of tired of it and looked for some peace and quiet, and came up here. And certainly it's quiet.
Really? Yeah, but you could have gone to the library. I mean, libraries are peaceful and quiet.
Yeah.
You have to go to Maine.
To the Athenaeum, and that's quiet.
I mean, that's going to be a godforsaken place, isn't it?
Yeah, our population of our town is about 300.
300?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a city boy, so I have never understood the lure of the woods. I've never understood why anyone would want to live in a town of 300 people, but maybe it's my own...
See, and that's why you can't understand hunting and all that stuff.
I cannot understand hunting. No, I can't. And
Do you hunt, Lucia?
No.
Of course not.
No, we just admire the moose and the deer and whatever comes by.
So anyway, Lucia, what's going on and why did you call us?
Well, the woods have something to do with my question.
Great.
I have a Toyota Corolla.
Mm-hmm.
It's a front-wheel drive.
Yes.
We've put a log in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
And we with so much snow and ice up here, hoping to weigh down the car. But because it's front-wheel drive and the log is in the trunk in the back,
it's not doing much.
It's not, huh?
Well, no. Oh, you want it? I thought.
I'm wondering, is it helping or is it hurting any of the?
It's
the front
probably making things worse.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, think of the car as being sort of like a plank, and the plank is resting on a couple of, say, sawhorses.
Fulcra.
Yeah. 2 fulcrums.
Okay, a seesaw with 2 fulcrums.
Right.
Being your axles.
Uh-huh.
So if you put a heavy weight behind the back wheels, which you did.
Or even near the back wheels.
Then what you're doing is you're pushing down on the back, which is going to make the front go up. And even if the front doesn't visibly go up, the weight on the front wheels is less. And because the weight on the front wheels is less, the traction is less, and you get lousier traction than you would if you didn't have the log. You got to strap
I think
that log to the hood.
Somebody's gonna write to you and tell you that you're nuts.
Well, if it's anyone other than Laszlo Tiza, I don't want to hear it. Laszlo Tiza was my college physics professor, and he's the only one who would be the definitive word on this.
So basically, what you're telling Lucia is she puts a heavy weight in the trunk and it makes the car lighter.
It makes the car lighter.
Is that what it is?
That's basically it.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about the extreme case, if you took a giant and had him step on the rear bumper, the front wheels would come off the ground, right?
It helps the fishtailing, but it does really you really do feel a pull in the car.
No, I think I'm absolutely right.
Now,
on this
unfortunately, living in godforsaken lake up there, wherever you are, you cannot
No,
get.
it's not godforsaken Lake. It's Portage Lake.
Oh, something like. I'm sorry. You can't get by with just crummy old two-wheel drive either. You need something massive. You need a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Absolutely.
That's what you need.
There's absolutely no question about it in my mind.
Yeah.
You need a Toyota Land Cruiser, four-wheel drive, big, strong, and that's it. So take the log out of the trunk, but unless it really is helping you with the fishtailing.
Well,
not enough.
Because the effect on the traction might be quite minimal. Because if the log weighs, 50 pounds?
No, 150.
150.
Yeah.
How'd you get it in there?
Not me. My husband.
Good luck getting it out.
Yeah, I know.
You'll have to sell the car with that in it.
I did that one time. I put some big, monstrous, heavy thing in the trunk of my car to get traction like this.
Yeah.
And it was wet, and it froze to the floor of the trunk, and I could never get it out until the summer.
Everything's frozen up here. That's real possible.
Yeah. Hey, good luck, Lucia. Leave the log there unless you find out that you can't go anymore. If you get stuck in snow, take the log out. Otherwise, it's probably not doing much harm.
Thank you.
See you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-888-CAR TALK or 1-888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hey, this is JP from Richmond, Virginia.
Hey,
JP.
What can we do for you
Why
today?
did you choose to be called by initials instead of by a name?
Oh, well, it's
Instead of by
story.
John Patrick, which is your real name, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Well, that's very common in the South anyway, isn't it? Initials.
Maybe.
More common than it is up north here.
Okay.
Here we just have Shippin' Bradshaw Throckmorton IV,
Right.
and when you call him, you say, "Hey, Shippin' Bradshaw," use the whole name.
All right.
Okay, JP.
Okay, so
¿Qué pasa, man?
I have an 87 Chevy S10 pickup truck, and it's has 300,000 miles on it.
Woof.
And it's a wonderful vehicle.
Really?
Now, my wife has been trying to get me to get rid of it for probably 5 years.
Well, why does she want you to get rid of it?
See, I also have this old motorcycle that doesn't run that well, and then we just got a little minivan. So now we have too many vehicles.
And she's embarrassed, quite honestly, to be seen in the S10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even though I think women look hot when they're in a pickup truck.
Yeah.
She's going to get all the guys in the neighborhood to tell me I won't be any less of a man if I don't have a pickup truck.
Yeah, well, don't you believe
See,
that,
what she
man.
doesn't know, and
Don't fall for that.
what I think would comfort her is that you say that gals look hot driving a pickup truck.
Yeah.
But trust me, you're driving this 87.
Right.
You don't look hot.
Oh, I don't care.
Well, that's good.
See, that's it. I mean, and guys don't care.
Right, yeah.
But it means something to you to be driving around. First of all,
Yeah.
the fact that it's that old and it's still running,
Right.
that's a sign of manliness because you've managed to make it keep running
Hey, you know,
by
that's
whatever
what
means.
That's what everybody thinks. So
Sure.
you're right, yeah.
That's why I drive a 40-year-old car,
Good stuff.
50-year-old car.
Yeah. My brother always tries to drive a car that's 10 years younger than he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, just about.
just about. After the gap is actually widening.
It's some kind of a logarithmic.
There's something going on there. I don't know what it is.
I wish I had one of those wind-up things.
So do you have a question?
Okay, what's wrong with it is I leave the key in it in case any of my neighbors want to borrow it.
What a guy.
Yeah, and they give me beer, so it's a good trade-off.
What do they do? Put it right in the tank?
So my neighbor said he's going to borrow it, and I say, that's cool. And then I get a phone call saying, JP, what do you do about this stalling problem? And I said, what do you mean a stalling problem? Man, I was on Route 95, and the thing, died on me. And I said, I don't know. It's never happened to me. So I'm like, I don't know. And I'm just thinking this guy, he's, did something goofy or whatever. So then he makes it home all right, so that's good. And I think, I'm going to test drive it. I'll drive it to work. So it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm going to work, and it happens to me. And I'm like, what? This is not right. So I'm on the highway, the interstate, and it just slowly dies on me. Like it'll chug, and then it'll slow down, and then I'll give it gas. And when I put my foot on the pedal, it seems to die even quicker. So I make it up to an exit ramp, I get it in neutral, and then I'm just gunning it, trying to blow out something or whatever.
Exactly, of course. That's a time-honored method.
Right.
Let's blow it out.
So, hey, so it worked. So I'm
It worked.
Like
It never works.
Well, it took a couple minutes. I went about 5 miles an hour. That's as fast as it would go.
Yeah.
And then finally I was going downhill on the exit ramp going back home, and it opened up, and I made it home going 70 miles an hour.
Well, did the check engine light come on?
Yes. The check engine light is on almost all the time.
But was it on before this incident?
I'm not sure. It probably was.
It's always on.
I was told
Who knows? Who can keep track of stuff like that? One day it's on, the next day it's gone.
Well, first of all, I want to say that I think it's wonderful that you and your neighbors share your truck. I mean, I think that's a very, wonderful thing to do.
I'm lucky we have a good neighborhood.
Yeah, my neighbors borrow stuff, and I never see it again.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is that you have either a plugged fuel filter or a bad pump, a bad fuel pump. But I wouldn't just go ahead and replace that. I mean, you should have somebody at least scan the thing to see if, in fact, the check engine light means anything.
Okay.
I would go there first.
Okay.
Okay, before you go, JP, I mean, since I was so good at picking out what your real name is, I'm going to put my reputation on the line again.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that even though you now live in Richmond, Virginia, that you have not always lived there.
That's correct.
And I'm going to further guess where you used to live.
Wow, you're going to be good if you get this.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow, man.
Wrong, huh?
Yeah, wrong.
How close?
But you're within 20 miles.
20 miles?
Yes.
Come on. I call that a win.
Yeah, Bowie, Maryland. How did you know?
I'm just too
Well, I'm a
good.
Baltimore
I'm
fan.
just too good.
Yeah.
It's
man.
frightening, you know?
He is.
That is frightening.
Yeah,
It is.
Unfortunately, that's all that he's good for. But hey, you can't have everything.
Hey, thanks for calling, JP.
Hey, thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Oh boy! All right, look, are you ready to take another break?
Ready. I was ready hours ago.
Well, I hate to break it to you. So was the audience.
All right. Well, when we come back, are you going to regale us with a great new puzzler?
I'm not sure I'd say great.
All right, a good new puzzler?
Let's just say that when we come back, I'll have a perfectly adequate new puzzle. Is that good enough for you?
That's great, yeah.
It'll do, right? It'll do. It'll do. Let's put it that way.
All right. What's it about?
You want to know everything? You're a pain.
No, I mean, it's just, you help us out.
It's about words.
Words. I can hardly wait. Okay, we'll be back with the new word puzzler and more of your calls in just a minute, so please stay tuned.
I got a date with my baby about 8:30. I don't have to worry, she won't be late. We're going downtown where the cats all meet. We're going downtown to drag Main Street. Drag, drag, all night long. Drag, drag, let me go home. Dragging me till the break of dawn. Dragging Main Street all night long.
And even though little old ladies stomp on their miracle ears whenever they hear us say it, this is NPR.
Hey, thanks for suffering through this episode of Car Talk. And you probably know my brother and I have always been the poster children for male answer syndrome. That is, giving an answer and making it sound absolutely definitive, whether you know what we're talking about or not. Mostly not, of course. But NPR also has a podcast where two very funny guys from the Wait, Don't Tell Me staff try to get real answers about stuff. It's Mike and Ian on how to do everything. It's worth a listen. Check out How to Do Everything now at npr.org/podcast and on the NPR One app. Ha! we're back. You're listening to Car Talk with us, Click and Clack, the Tappert Brothers. And we're here to talk about cars, car repair, and the new word puzzler, as I promised.
Yes, which has to do with words.
Generally.
It's
and this
difficult to give a puzzler without words.
And this was sent in recently, well, last year, by a fellow named Bob Dinger. And I'm not even going to mess around with it.
No, just go right to it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to give you a list of words.
I'm going to write them down.
You can, yes, get a pencil, write them down.
I got the pencil.
Each and every word in this list I'm going to give you.
What do they get? It says each.
Oh, geez.
All right, I'm sorry.
Has the same unusual uniqueness in common. Okay?
Okay.
Here are the words.
Yeah.
Assess.
Yeah.
Banana.
Huh?
Dresser. Grammar. Potato. Revive. Uneven. And voodoo.
What's that?
Voodoo.
Voodoo.
Voodoo. Voodoo.
So each of these...
Like I have a voodoo doll of you that I stick pins in every day.
So all these words have the same thing that's peculiar about them.
Exactly. Okay, I'll read the list again. You ready?
Yeah.
Assess. Banana. Dresser. Grammar. Potato. Revive. Uneven. And voodoo.
Very good.
And I suppose if I had to give a hint of any kind...
Oh, I don't know if you should. It's so impossible now.
Then I won't give a hint.
No, give us a hint.
Well, the hint I'll give you is this.
Yeah.
If I left one of the words off the list, it wouldn't affect the answer.
That's a lousy hint.
Well, of course. If it were any good, it would help. Anyway, if you think you know the answer, write it on the inside pocket of a size 44 Overland McKinley shearling jacket made of fine Spanish merino shearling, hand-buffed in Italy with heavy-duty zipper, 4-button storm flap, and battery-powered in-pocket hand warmers. And send it before the work is over to Puzzler Tower, Car Talk Plaza, Box 3500, Harvard Square, Cambridge.
Our fair city.
Matt 02238.
Or you could email us your answer from cartalk.com.
But if you have a question or an answer right now, give us a call. We're at 888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, this is Josie from Boise.
Josie from Boise. We have an Aunt Josie.
An ant.
Aunt. I was just discussing the pronunciation of A-U-N-T. I guess aunt is an Eastern kind of pronunciation. My wife thinks it's a la-di-da. She says, do you say tomato? And I say, no, I don't.
No, but what do you call those things that make colonies underground that carry stuff away? Like, if you're at a picnic and they come and carry away your sandwich. Ants.
And so why should A-N-T be pronounced the same as A-U-N-T is our rationale here.
I've got a lot of ants, though, so they kind of make a colony.
He's a wise guy. I knew it. So what do you want, Josie?
Josie from Boise.
My problem is my husband and I just recently inherited a 1971 Volkswagen Westfalia from my father. And the car has a problem of starting by itself and driving away. It's never happened to my father, but it's happened to my husband and I 4 times. The first time it happened, we came out of a swimming pool, and it had jumped a meridian, and it was in an intersection.
Did it actually start, or did it just drive away?
No, it starts up. It goes...
But the engine doesn't necessarily run.
Not necessarily.
And this is a stick-shift car.
It is.
So if you left it neutral, it wouldn't go anyplace.
That's our new trick.
There you go.
Yeah, have you tried tying it to a building?
Yeah, be careful what you tie it to, though. Wait, when you say inherited, from your father?
Yes.
Literally inherited? Did your father die?
No.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
He just wanted to live a little longer.
That's why he gave the car to you.
He wanted an RV instead of a van.
Ah, okay.
So, and I wanted the van.
And it's a 71.
Yeah.
That's old.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's only had one owner.
Well, you're doing the right thing by leaving it in neutral. I hope your handbrake works.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, well, if you're not, you're going to have some other kind of disaster in your hands.
So, first of all, it wouldn't really start. That's why we were confused a little bit, because it can crank by itself, but it won't start unless the key is in the on position, I think.
Or unless
unless you got some
ignition
serious
system
stuff going
is
on.
getting energized, and that isn't the case. I'm going to guess that you have a bad starter motor.
Okay.
And I think that would be the first thing. I mean, no one's going to figure this out unless they can actually get it to do it.
Uh-huh.
And it does it so infrequently that you may have to leave it for someone for the entire summer.
Yeah.
In which case you're going to miss your vacation with it. So I would take a stab and have a starter put in it.
Okay.
How often does it happen?
Not very often. It's very random.
Have you ever noticed that it's more likely to happen if you're parked facing in one direction or another, or uphill,
Up
downhill?
a hill or down a hill?
No, but, it happens in the heat of the summer.
Oh.
And it
that's
happens
good.
at 6,000 feet elevation.
That's a very, very good answer.
Yeah, the heat of the summer I like, and I'm really feeling strongly about the starter motor.
Okay.
Yeah, because things, when in the heat, expand.
Right.
We know that.
Okay.
So the starter motor is getting bigger, and that's why it's starting up.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think it's worth a shot.
All right.
Try it out. It's only a few bucks.
Something is expanding and making electrical contact, which is making the starter crank.
Yeah, I think what you have is a bad solenoid, which when you buy the starter will also get replaced.
Okay.
See you, Josie.
Thank you.
Send us a postcard from the Grand Canyon, but don't park too near the canyon.
Yeah.
See you later.
Face the other way.
Good
Thanks for calling.
1-888 Talk. That's 888-227-8255. Hello, you're on Car Talk.
My name's Scott from Toledo, Ohio.
Hi, Scott.
How you doing?
Oh, great.
How's
What's
everything
going
in
on in Toledo? Anything exciting?
It is cold and just the same as it always is.
Cold and
boring.
dreary.
Exactly, gray.
Great. Well, you've brightened up our day.
You should try to be here.
So how can we help you?
I have no heat. It's cold.
Oh.
I don't know. I changed the thermostat.
Do you have a Honda?
No, it's a 92 Ford Ranger. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
92 Ranger.
I got the new thermostat in, got back in it, and filled it up with antifreeze, turned it on, seeing if the thermostat would open and the antifreeze would drop. It did not. I took it for a drive. It still didn't drop. I was wondering if I could take the thermostat out and run it without one for the winter, just
Then you'd really have no
that
heat.
would defeat the purpose.
Okay.
You want it the other way around.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, is this thermostat located in the bottom radiator hose? I mean, is that where this thing is?
Yes, I believe.
Yeah, it's underneath.
Right.
It's most thermostats for about 1,000 years, or maybe even since pharaonic times, have been located on the top of the engine.
Pharaonic times? What's that mean?
Pharaohs.
Oh, pharaonic. Yeah.
But the thermostat on this thing,
that
I
was when
believe,
a 56 Chevy was really a 56 Chevy.
this thermostat is connected to the bottom radiator hose.
Correct.
And you have to bleed the system of air. And that is not easy to do.
Okay.
Because you have to run this thing until both hoses, that is the top radiator hose and the lower one, are hot.
Okay.
And I bet you, dollars to donuts, that if you were to run this thing for even a half an hour now, only the top hose would be hot and the bottom one would be ice cold. And what that tells me is that coolant has not circulated through the whole system because it's bound up with air.
Okay.
And the heater core is bound up with air too.
Okay. Is this something I shouldn't mess with?
Well, you
can do this.
You could do it. I mean, what you have to do is sit there with the engine running and a funnel in the radiator. Take the radiator cap off and you put a big funnel in there and you have a gallon of antifreeze at the ready. And you're going to just keep adding the stuff to it. And as you do that, you'll see bubbles of air come up.
Right. And the level will drop down a little bit. You add a little bit more. The level drops down a little more.
And you'll know you're done.
And 5 hours later.
Yeah.
This is with both hoses off, correct?
No, they're both on. Everything's hooked up.
Everything's hooked up, and the engine is actually running.
Okay.
And you're going to just add the coolant, in little shots.
Right.
If you have a funnel with a flexible neck on it, that would be helpful. Okay, or you can take it someplace and have it done. I'm sensing that you're not up for this, but you went and did the thermostat. You did the hard part.
Yeah, that was a pain in the neck.
Well, this is easy. I mean, this is just time consuming. You just stand there on a nice cold day in Toledo.
That's when I changed my thermostat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd take it someplace.
Yeah,
Take
I'm
it someplace
going
and
to.
tell them you changed the thermostat, but the system is air-bound. And what's happened, too, is that there's air in the heater.
Okay.
And if there's air in the heater, you'll never get heat in the car. You have to get nice, hot coolant circulating into that thing.
Okay.
Good luck, Scott.
Thank you
See
very
ya.
much.
Good luck. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
1-888-CAR-TALK. That's 888-882-72.
Whatever. Any combination of 8s and 5s.
Yeah.
And so sprinkling a 2 here and there, and we'll answer the phone.
Hello, you're on Car Talk.
Hi, my name is Gladys, and I live in Clinton Corners, and I don't have any car trouble. I need your advice.
Where's Clinton Corners, Gladys? What state?
New York.
New York.
Yeah, I'm not far from Taconic Parkway.
Oh, the Laconic Parkway. Yeah, we've been there.
So what's the problem, Glad?
Well, for Christmas, I got an engine starter. And I heard wonderful things about them. I don't have a garage, and I'm not that young, and I thought, gee, I can warm the car up before I go out. Now I hear horror stories that they ruin your electrical system and you don't have a warranty anymore, and I'm leaving for Florida, and I'm scared to death that this thing, I don't have it put in.
Well, if you're leaving for Florida, are you taking the car with you to Florida?
Yep.
You're not going to need the engine starter in
No,
Florida.
I know. That's why I decided I'm waiting till I come back and I'll have it put in then. But I just live in fear of breaking down.
What Gladys is talking about, if you other people may not know, is a remote starter. You can attach this device and all the accoutrement to the engine, and from inside the house on those cold winter days when the snow is coming down, you press a little button and the car starts.
Doesn't that sound wonderful?
And by the time you get down there 15 minutes later, everything has melted, the seats are heated, the tush is warm.
Right, there are buds on the trees.
Buds on the trees. Flowers are growing in the back seat. The little babbling brook, or the babbling brother, is babbling.
Well, I'm not a big fan of these, and I will tell you that.
Well, don't forget that. But 25 years ago, you and I worked on the design of one of these. We were hot. We thought this was the idea of the century.
Well, we thought this was a big deal for people that lived in the city. We called it the Manhattan Project. we were our timing was a little
off.
My car's gonna blow up.
And the reason I don't like them. Number one is I mean, first and foremost, I think it's as a people, it's making us soft.
Yeah.
Well, I'm old. I don't.
Well, that's all right.
You're tough though, Gladys. I can tell.
Yeah, you're gonna spend 6 months living in a yurt in Tuvaniska, and then milking yaks at 5 a.m. and you'll be dying to go out and start your car in a cold winter morning. We don't know what tough is. So I'm opposed to it on that, but more than that. Or as much as that, at least, I'm opposed to it on the grounds that if you're not there when your car is running and something happens, you won't know enough to shut it off. Let's say, for example, that you were low on oil, but you were inside the house, making a cup of tea while your engine was running,
right?
And you could easily ruin the engine.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Whereas if you were in the car with it running, and the oil light came on, you would know enough to shut it off. So that's why I don't like it.
Right. But no big mechanical mess-ups with my car if I have it put in?
No,
right?
it's not going to, assuming it's done correctly, it's not going to mess up the car. I mean,
there have been some stories that you've heard, and I've heard too, that incorrectly installed, weird, crazy things can happen.
Like the car can continue to try to start itself.
Right.
In which case it might chew up the starter motor.
One girl told me they put it in and it was too powerful for her car and it blew everything up in her car.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know. My guess is most of these failures are due to faulty installation.
Okay.
I think if you really wanted to have one, you should go to someone who does nothing but this or who specializes in it.
Okay.
And I wouldn't trust it to Dave. Dave is your regular mechanic.
No, Mike.
Mike.
Or...
As good a guy as he may be, if he hasn't done these, you don't want him to learn on your car, Gladys.
Okay.
So I would go probably to a company that installs alarm systems.
All right.
And ask if they'll install this thing. And if they say, they gave you the Cadillac of remote starters.
That's what this is.
Well, if it's
deluxe.
If it's a deluxe version, they'll put it in for you for a nominal fee of a few $100. And you'll be on your way. And you can even start the thing from Florida.
That's right.
Yeah, when the plane's going to land, you can start the car at the airport. It'll be running for you.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You answered my question. I don't mind getting soft and old. I just want a nice warm car when I go out.
I hope
Have a wonderful time.
Hope you're living it up like Wayne Newton. Enjoy yourself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's happened again. You've squandered another perfectly good hour listening to Car Talk. Our esteemed producer is Doug the Subway Fugitive, not a slave to fashion, Bongo Boy, Frogman Berman. Our associate producers are David the Calves of Belleville Green and Catherine Frau Blucher Fenolosa. Our web lackey is Doug the Old Gray Mare, assisted by Connie Britchford. Our engineer is John Cartman Perotti. Our theme music is by David Dog Grisman. And our technical, spiritual, and menu advisor, just back from his triumph at the Greater Natchez Chili Dog Derby, is John Bugsy Lawler. Our public opinion pollster is Paul Murky of Murky Research, assisted by statistician Margin O'Vera. Our customer care representative is Haywood Jabuzoff. Our document security expert from the island of Jamaica is Euripides Upman.
Hey!
Who is not related to
He
our
hasn't been
tailor,
around for ages.
Euripides Imenides.
Euripides. What is it?
Or to our staff bouncer, Euripides, I break your face. Or to the proprietor of our men's clothing shop, Euripides, you won't-a-dees. Our divorce attorney is Carmine Not Yours. Our staff archivist is Bernadette File. Our staff chaperone is Teresa Crowd. Our meteorologist from the New Delhi office is Luke Autovindo. Our director of Pavlovian research is Isabel Ringing. Our Russian chauffeur is Peek-Off and Drop-Off. The banker at Car Talk Poker Games is Nikolai Putin. And the head of our Working Mother Support Group is Erasmus B. Dragon. Our chief counsel from the law firm of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe is Hugh Lewis Dewey, known to the shivering comparative religion professors in Harvard Square as Huey Louie Dewey. Thanks so much for listening. We're Click and Clack, the Tappet Brothers, and above all,
Car Talk is a production of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe and WBUR in Boston.
And even though Scott Simon makes a note to start working on his unicycle act again whenever he hears us say it, this is NPR.